Hello, folks. Welcome to game number 3 as we are neck and neck with Trickle Down Economics versus Blue Bayou Zoo. Trickle Down switching sides, or they're getting sides are getting swapped as we are now having BBZ on the red side, TDE on the blue side. So TDE is going to get first pick this game. We are seeing essentially the same bands starting off. I expect this game to be taken a little bit more seriously than the first two have. It's like, not to say that they weren't before, but kind of like a little bit more, okay, we got to really pull out all the stops now because things are really neck and neck.
I would like to see some, a little higher quality gameplay out of TDE this game for sure. They definitely had a lot of mental lapses that appeared last game, and BBZ capitalized on each of those. So if they don't give BBZ a window, I think they'll be okay. But if they keep kind of making those small mistakes, I think they're going to see themselves staring down a 2-1.
Yeah, no, they could be seeing themselves staring out. Like, both of these teams, I think, going into game number 4 is not going to want to be seeing the other person on match point. So it's going to be really kind of like, this is going to be one of those banger matchups where they're just going to basically be playing their hearts out. I like the steal of the Lucian as the first pick on the side of TDE, just making sure they take away that Lucian Nami, Lucian Braum that BBZ has been playing this series. And they have a immediate response of the Xayah combined with potentially probably Braum is what I'm thinking. Yep, Braum locked in as well. So good responses, I think, from both sides. Taking away the Kale on the bans, though, also something to point out.
I like that they banned Kale. Mizuza is he's very comfortable on those 3 champions. Those are his most played champions. He has other champions he can play, but those are his best 3. And it seems like Kale is just causing issues. And if you can just, it doesn't feel great to waste a ban on Kale, but if it's like they're going to pick it, then rather ban it. I also like that they, like you said, Lucian is finally not going over to Geico, which is like, I think it's his favorite champion since Zeri's been nerfed. Gangplank's going to Jaffe 100%. The blind GP into Ornn, that's a pretty good matchup for GP. And Jaffe's pretty gross on Gangplank. That champion fits him a lot better than Rumble. So I like the changes. But with Nami banned, I'm not sure what they're going to pair with Lucian.
Yeah,
I'd like to see Sona or maybe Seraphine bot lane because you get like the extra empowered autos when you get enchant.
I feel like a Janna wouldn't be a bad choice either to stop some of these hard engages that we've been seeing coming out from the side of BBZ, like when the fights actually end up starting. So like the Monsoon would be really good to disrupt any sort of like diving in by the Ornn or the Braum. So that would be really, really useful for the side of TDE. The thing to point out also, I think, with this Ornn that I think it has been making a big enough impact that I forgot to mention it earlier, is there was a change in the patch this time, I believe, where his ultimate is now doing 60% slows, where before that was originally a bug, and it scaled up to 60, so now it just does a flat 60% slow.
Interesting. I want to see a Yuumi. Oh, Leaves, gross. Dude, alright, Leaves is an old Nunu one trick. He's really good at Nunu. It's gross champion. It's really frustrating to play against. I want to see Yuumi. Yuumi is a really good champion. I don't want to see Thresh. All right, well.
You don't want to see Thresh and they immediately lock it in.
Sometimes you don't get what you want in life, Sherrigan, and that's okay. Yeah. But I don't think their composition's bad. I think it's just weird. I think BBZ's composition looks a lot better. I think theirs looks a lot more cohesive, to be honest.
You think BBZ's looks more cohesive this time around?
Yeah, they have a lot of damage mitigation with Braum, Xayah ult, and then Xin Zhao ult. They're also, Xin Zhao matches Nunu pretty well. He's going to be able to interrupt the ultimates if he wants. Syndra is really broken right now. It's just a really strong champion, and Ornn is Ornn. I don't like Thresh, to be honest. Unless you're like a challenger Thresh player, I don't really like I think there's a lot of champions that are easier to. I'm all about ease of use, and it's fun to watch good Threshes. If you've ever played with Thresh, they got auto-filled. Sometimes it's just rough to watch. So hopefully Bob Joseph is pretty good at Thresh, or I think they're just going to lose in like 25 minutes.
Yeah, they very well could be. But we'll have to end up seeing exactly how things play out here. I do like the Syndra pickup for the execute on the ultimate. I think it's going to be really important as we get into these really big health bars on Nunu, because like even though he's got that absolutely massive health bar, right? And he's going to be healing up a lot and all of that sorts of damage coming out from him. If you're able to get that execute on the ultimate with the unleashed power, like it could actually take down a Nunu fairly quickly because of the fact that it just needs to reach that threshold. So I think that's going to be really, really important once she hits that transcendence mark. And I think that's going to be one of the big things later in this game.
I agree. Syndra is really strong right now. I think Talia's okay. Like position wise, it doesn't do as much as the Syndra offers. There's a lot of roaming potential, And I'd like to see Zen Zen, we haven't seen Zen Zen leave lane to roam yet, actually, in 2 games. So actually neither laners have, but he's going to have to make Talia like a useful pick. And for leaves, I'd like to see him just red buff bot lane. You're not going to lose too much tempo if you do that, and there's a good chance that you can actually get some summoners burnt, which makes the lane pretty easy. I really, really want to see him just red buff, snowball bot lane, and knock out 2 people. That would be my ideal play for the jungle. But I think Zen's just going to clear 5 camp to crab and then look mid or top.
Looking for a little bit of cheekiness early. I feel like that they wanted to invade, but somebody stepped out of the bush a little too early. Looking at you, War Leader.
Rough. That's a little rough for Dax. I mean, like, you're not going to be hurting. And Leaves isn't going cheese mode. Lame. It's such a free... If you play Nunu, it's so free. You can just run down and do that. And, like, look where they are. You 100% get the knockups off.
Yep. Bob Joseph with the play, knocking back. Going the Glacial build for the Thresh. So not going to be as tanky as an Aftershock build. That could end up biting him in the butt later as they start to get into these heavy team fights.
Okay, we got a little cheese.
We got a little cheese coming out, but unfortunately, Mizuza's going to get a couple of shards off of that.
Yeah, I mean, Syndra's flashless now, and Talia, if Nunu comes back and Mizuza's where he is, he's going to die. They have a lot of hard CC. So it's going to be pretty exploitable for the next 5 minutes. I'd like to see both teams start utilizing the flash timers better. Neither team's really been playing around them. Like, they'll burn flashes, and then nothing will happen for 5 minutes.
And then they'll come back and be like, oh, he's got flash again.
Yeah, and then they'll just flash again. It's like, well, you got the flash. Just go back. Like, you have 5 minutes. Zen skipped wolves, so he's going to 3 camp to do something.
I'm expecting a gank in this mid lane.
It's got to be
or
mid.
Or fight over Scuttle Crab.
Yeah, it's got to be a crab play. Syndra's going to have Prio on Talia for the fight, and then Zen does more damage. It's hard to outsmite Nunu, though.
Yeah, no, I do not expect a smite battle to be won by the Xin Zhao. They may be looking for a bit of an actual engage. Going around the backside here, they do hop into this bush. So they do see Nunu starting up the Scuttle. One of the best ways to outsmite a Nunu is to just not let them know that you're there. But instead, we're going to actually see a fight start. Today is going in on this, but the smite is going to come out. But Leaves is not going to be able to escape. They're having to flash away to try and stay around. Zen Zen's going to put down the worked ground. They're going to do so much right there, but First Blood is still going to go over to the Syndra. That is not what you want to see as we have shards coming out. War Leader is getting chased down by Ultrabox and Bob Joseph in the bot lane, but they're still able to get Geico out relatively safely.
Whoa.
But the flash play means that we're going to see a nice fight start right here, but the hook is going to go wide. This is why you don't want to see an auto-filled Thresh on your team, because they're going to miss the CC, and that is going to be devastating right now. Bob Joseph is caught out. Ward is put down. Geico fighting on the Lucian. Split decision-making means that it's going to unfortunately go over to the side of TDE. They are able to make up the kill, and it's going to be a 1-for-1.
Yeah, supportal combat. Both supports going to kill. Those are really good plays, to be honest. Like, those are perfect. I do like Glacial Thresh. I think it's my favorite iteration of Thresh. It just feels really strong with the plays. But, I mean, that topside play, Tadeus has Prio over GP, walks down river. Syndra is obviously in a better spot because he's been landing all of his stuns. Mizuza's been looking really good on Syndra. And they just collapse on Nunu and kill him. Dax also got off a really good third charge Q that stopped Nunu from just kind of sprinting out of there. So,
and right there, we got Jaffe doing Jaffe things, hitting that double barrel, is able to get the hit, eating that orange, means that the health bars stay relatively the same, despite the trade of initially going in Tadeus' favor. Oh, the knock-up coming out right there. Dax coming in on the long side, does manage to get the brittle passive ready to go, but he's not able to take advantage of it. Dax jumping in onto Jaffe, is able to get the knock-up. The nice stab coming in, but unfortunately the flash is going to have to come out in order to pick up the kill. Tadeus tanking the tower for his jungler, means that that is going to be another kill over for the side of BBZ, and they are already starting to accelerate this game, pulling themselves by 1K goal.
I think Zen's a good Dax champion. It's really aggressive early. It's a lot more guaranteed kill pressure than like a Kindred or a Poppy, and it's just a strong champion when you're ahead. Its only issue is it doesn't farm super effectively into like champions like Nunu. But as long as you maintain like, yeah, right. But as long as you maintain like, it's kind of like a lease. As long as you're actively on the map doing things, you could be down farm and it doesn't matter too much. Mid's looking pretty spicy. I think one of them might get a solo kill this game. I'm not sure.
Oh, absolutely. I expected it to be the Syndra, honestly.
Yeah, Syndra definitely has an easier time.
Ooh, the Hex Flash. Bob Joseph going in with the play, slows down the War Leader, but it's not going to result for too much.
And there's a pretty big CS gap developing bot lane. Xayah is definitely a little weak into Lucian, but Ultravox is playing the lane really well. It should even out a little bit, but I mean, he's going to be down like 10 to 13 CS still.
Yeah.
Let's see. And then Dax's bot side. Nunu's also bot side. We might see a little 3v3 in the bot lane. If TDE goes for this dive, not knowing Dax is there, it's going to be pretty detrimental. I don't think the wards saw Nunu. They might just be going for drag.
I would expect that. Yeah, I think drag, they've got the prio, so they should definitely force it. We do have a little bit of vision for the side of BBZ available, but overall, you've got a Nunu with smite, and there's not a lot you can do to outsmite a Nunu.
That was a good shove. That was a really good shove. I think that if bot hadn't collapsed like 4 waves, they wouldn't be able to do this play just because mid has pretty heavy prio.
Ooh, ultimate coming out from Tadeus means Jab. He's going to be brought very low. The Ignite is out, and that is going to be a kill as the Forge God does so much work in this top lane, despite the fact that they've kind of they were finally able to pull ahead. Huge pull by the Thresh, trying to grab onto War Leader. War Leader almost able to pull him under tower. That was very, very bad and put Thresh in a nasty position. Bob Joseph was able to get out, though.
Tadeus is looking clean as hell on this Ornn. I think he's killed Chaffee each game, right?
He has, and it's usually been off of that ultimate. I really think that the slow has been making a huge impact.
I think his Ornn just does more damage than other Ornns. You know, on Wash, our Ornn never did any damage, you know? It was like reverse, GP killing at level 3.
Well, it's the difference between a casual Ornn player and an Ornn enjoyer.
Yeah, Ornn enthusiast moment.
Mm-hmm.
Gross, but very good for Tadeus, who's looking just really strong, and GP is going to be pushed back even farther from being useful, which is good. The Nunu pick doesn't work if you don't get things off on Nunu, because otherwise you're just a big dumb Yeti, right? Mm-hmm. But you need to do something. Zen, like you're up CS, you're up a dragon, so the objective control is okay, but you need to start getting you need to start fixing your lanes a little bit. Things are going to start to spiral out of control a bit if you're not able to gain control back as the jungler.
Yeah. Ooh, Geico just barely off of that hook. So close.
Playing with fire a little bit. Xayah's just... So he's not 6 yet. I really would have liked to see them try to make some plays around bot lane before their bot lane hits 6, because Xayah Braum is very safe. Like, at level 6, you're going to have to spend a lot to kill them. You have Exhaust Flash on Xayah before the Invulnerability, before the Braum Shield, before the ult, before the W gives you armor and stuff. Like, it's just a lot to get through. And you're just getting, like, you're no longer playing for kills, you're just playing to be up CS and try to transition it. Mm-hmm. It's not a super diveable lane, I guess.
It really
Mid's diveable, but mid's Flash is back up. So
yep,
we'll see.
We're already seeing lots of posturing around there. Thresh is in the mid lane, kind of revealing themselves a little bit early. We do see Syndra, though, just farming that wave insanely fast. So there's really... I feel like that roam was pretty bad. Luckily, Ultravox wasn't jumped on. I feel like that was the only good thing about that for TDE.
I like the idea of the roam, just because you need to get something done, and like I think they realized like they hit 6 bot, you can't do anything now. But Mizuza's just CSing.
Oh, this is gonna be nasty. Mizuza and Dax are both collapsing on leaves. Ooh, they were just barely able to get out in time.
Ornn clicked the wrong button for the ult there. that was behind him.
Yeah, that was part of it. Also, I think Leaves realized that they were in a bad position and started to actually move towards the lane. So they were just, if they had stayed in that tri-brush, it would have been really bad.
Maybe, possibly, Sherigan.
Possibly.
Now,
but this is League of Legends. It's not League of Possibly. So,
I really think that Mizuza's been kind of gapping mid lane. Like the CS difference has been like 15 to 20 every single game.
Pulled in by the flay, taking a decent amount of damage, not blocking a lot with the shield. Wall does come up. We do see it actually starting to do that. We have good placement of the feathers. Unfortunately, not able to find their targets. Geico now getting ganked on. We do see that old Braum is going to be the one who has to bite it, but he dodges out of the way. Huge ultimate underneath the tower. Massive pull in by Geico, but it doesn't find its targets. But look at this. We've got Mizuza in the bot lane,
Gangplank ult is going to shut everything down, though. Dax has come in to try and assist. Flash is going to come out. They do manage to get inside. Huge ultimate, knocking Zen Zen back into the lane, into the line of fire, taking damage. Lee's getting brought super low, but we do see the jungler fall on the side of BBZ, and that is going to be a 2-for-2 in this fight. And overall, I think TDE is still in this, but they lose a lot during that fight.
That was clean as hell from Dax. That was a really, really good Xin Zhao play. Wow. Braum almost lived there. If Geico had gotten his ult off at a different angle, he might have gotten some roots off. I was surprised to see no one got rooted. Both mid laners roaming this game. We talked about how neither of them had roamed at all previous 2 games. Makes it a little spicier, makes it a little more fun. But Dax saved that play really hard. That was a really, really good play from Dax. And let's see, Thresh, you gonna hit it? No.
Thresh is going to Hex Flash over the wall, looking for that angle. Does manage to hit the play, does put the cage down, but we do see Mezuzah trying to escape. They're going to get hit by the death sentence. Zen Zen looking for the target, but War Leader body blocking. Then we see the Nunu coming down the lane. Is going to get hit, but not no shards coming off of that. Very well played by that disengage.
That was, yeah. War Leader's matching Thresh's roams really well when it's important. If Braum wasn't there, then Mezuzah just dies. Right.
Gangplank's got that Essence Reaver already.
All right, cool. He's 2 items away from being a champion. Nice. He's getting there, but I don't know. That was a really good roam from War Leader. He seems a lot more comfortable on Braum than Enchanters, and I mean it makes sense. Braum's a little easier to pilot. And it's just a beefier. You can miss position a little bit, and you're not punished as hard. But Nunu, I don't know. Nunu was late there and just took like the whole wave and then left, which is kind of funny.
Right,
I think they're gonna have to play for soul. Hopefully it's not win soul for them because they just lose.
Oh my goodness, the fact that hit.
Syndra's E's broken. I don't know what it is, but I swear the range is longer than the hitbox. Like the spheres can be to your left or right, and you can be just out of range and it'll still stun you. I don't know what that is. It's
nature. I don't want to say it's lollipopping, but it's kind of the nature of that.
It's something. And I mean Mezuzah's almost at 10 CS a minute again. He's up like 35 CS, 30 CS.
When you're on a champion like Syndra, though, that's just super easy. You just get a little bit ahead, get the right items on you. You already got the finished Ludens, so those minion waves do not exist. They just melt.
I think it's really good to also, like, I mean, you're preventing Talia from farming, and Talia can last hit minions really well. So, like, yeah, I mean, the 9 to 10 CS a minute is, like, ideal, but also being, that's a really large experience and gold gap.
Yep.
And he's just so much pressure.
I wonder how many shards they've got right now.
3.
Oh. Three shards, you think?
About 3 shards.
About 3 shards.
I actually don't know how the new shards work. I haven't seen the interface for it.
So hit 2 abilities, and it will it'll takes like 0.6 seconds, and it'll like get absorbed to you, kind of like a Senna ghost. And then you get 5 shards every level up of an ability, for a max of 85, I think. So technically, it's everything but 1. Like every level but 1 will give you shards. So theoretically, you should be hitting the shards, I think, at about like 18 minutes, 20 minutes.
Oh, thank you, Observer.
So we're at 65, cool. So we're halfway through. Once they hit 120 of splinters, that's when everything transcends, and that's when you get the execute on the ultimate. You get an extra set of charges for your ball. So like every certain number of shard counters, I think it's like 60, 80, something like that, and it'll level up those. So it's pretty devastating.
Yeah, that seems really broken. I'm surprised more people don't play Syndra in this league.
We got a huge ball coming out right here. Nice box, and that is going to lock a lot of members underneath this tower. Dax taking multiple tower shots, but the Rift Herald is going to do a lot of work as well. Then we got right here Zen Zen doing a lot of damage to Mezuzah, but the burn is going to cause them to get executed. Nice 1-for-1 in the mid lane.
Flash is down. Up too far without vision. That was weird. How did Nunu get there? And he missed the ball. He missed the knockup too. Yep. They missed fancy feet. Mezuzah played that super well. He could have just died, but he traded 1-for-1.
He did, yeah. And it was really lucky not walking just a little bit farther onto that Talia knockup.
Yeah. Nunu looked like he teleported there a little bit.
It's just Nunu doing speedy Nunu things.
For real. There was this one game I was playing forever ago, and I saw Nunu appear topside on Krugs, and all of a sudden he just knocked me up bot lane. I was like, all right, that was awesome.
Well, when you have 650 movement speed, then it doesn't really matter where you are on the map. You're just anywhere you want to be. Ooh, Death Sentence is going to find the War Leader. War Leader has no mana right now. They basically got enough for a Q, a dash, and that's it. or an ultimate, and then they're just basically out. So this is actually a good opportunity to kind of engage.
And
Unfortunately,
bot doesn't have their ult, so
no,
I mean,
they don't.
if they
Well,
could
you got the
bring
calling.
Nunu in. No, I meant Xayah and Braum don't have ult, so if they could bring Nunu down to dive, that'd be really good. I mean, they're healthy, but you could still pull it off. Talia,
Got
looks like they're gonna
Talia
do
here
that.
as
They're
well.
bringing
Ooh, Talia wall's ready.
Yeah, this should
Or
be
Talia
free.
wall is not ready, unfortunately.
As long
it's
as
got
Nunu...
another 15, 20 seconds. There we go. Flay coming out. Thresh tanking the tower. Geico taking a lot of damage underneath. We see Leaves looking for something. Does actually manage to find it. The calling is going to come out. Very well played on that dive.
I like that play out from TDE. I mean, that's the best play to do. I think they should go back and try to get Braum. I'm not sure about the flash from Geico. I think maybe just hold it and try to outplay under tower with exhaust and save your flash, because you're going to die either way. You definitely don't have the feather damage to execute Thresh, and he's at like 55% health yet. But that's really good. I think they're going to get the tower off that, and it's going to free up their bot lane to kind of go mid, and Talia's going to be a little more comfortable roaming between side lanes just because she's fast.
Exactly. Yeah, that's one of the things you gotta love about the Rock Surfer. She does a good job there, but getting stunned, getting a ball drop to your head, and the ultimate power coming out is gonna be so much damage. They are so lucky Mizuza was not at 80 stacks, but it doesn't matter. Oh my goodness.
That was just a one combo. Alrighty.
Now they've got the 80 shards off of that. Oh man, the executes are gonna be hitting, and it's gonna be hard.
That, you hate to get hit by one ability and instantly die, but you know, really good from Mizuza. And they trade mid tower for that. I think mid's definitely more valuable than bot tower.
Interesting use of the exhaust by Tadeus.
I think he just wanted to get TP up for the dragon fight.
That's true. That's true. Oh, that's right. Unsealed spellbook. That's what it was.
Yeah, he's not just griefing. That would have been really funny though. But
yeah.
Wind Dragon's unfortunately not going to benefit TDE a ton. It's a strong dragon. I know people always yell at me when I say it's my least favorite dragon. It's boring. I don't care. But they need some... Ideally, like a damage dragon would have been great for them this game because they're lacking a little bit of damage.
Flash hook miss. You hate to see that. Here's what they're right. That right there. That's why I hate Nunu, just like you. The amount of healing right there. They lost like a quarter of their health. Ooh, Death Sentence pulled in, smiting 3 members of BBZ. We got the Nunu ulti hitting multiple members as well, but Dax able to do a decent amount to block right there. Nice job jumping in up back onto Leaves, but Leaves is gonna heal themselves right back up. Mizuza not able to find the damage. They're gonna be throwing out a ball. Scatter the weak throws everyone apart. Huge damage coming out from this Syndra as the Dark Goddess looking for that engage, finds their target, gets the kill, goes on a rampage, and that is going to be a nice set of kills for the side of BBZ. They are going to leave this dragon up, even though they could probably take it, but very well done. TDE has been set on the back foot. They are now 3K gold behind, and that is going to be a good position, I think, for BBZ as they continue to move into this game.
They're just hard to kill. Like, if you get onto the Geico, he has ult, and it's like a freeze stopwatch, kind of. Like, it just delays the fight in an awkward manner. Braum's just really tanky. Xin Zhao's ult was going for a while that fight, let him live. And Jaffe's GP ult was on cooldown for like 2 more seconds. I think if they had GP ult that fight, it would have made it a lot easier for them. Really good for BBZ. And then Mizuza's just playing out of his mind. You ban his 3 champions, he gets even better. Should have just given him Kale.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of funny that that's how it ends up working out. I do like that the dragon has been started here. Bob Joseph they are aware of him. We've got the TP come down from Orin to kind of just force it, and so they're going straight for that dragon, forcing him off. Not a lot TDE can do. They're going to try and find a way to contest, but I don't think they have the ability to. We got the Orin ulti on standby, so just they got to give it up. Go straight for that Rift Herald.
I think Rift Herald is going to be more valuable for them anyways. Their team, aside from Gangplank's on a timer, and you just need to continue to just accelerate the game. They're up towers, which is good, but it's about to be even. I think they're just going to try to play around mid.
Wide yet again, just short.
I'm still not sold on the Thresh pick yet. I understand its usefulness, but it's just you've been hooking War Leader. The Flays have been super clean. I think it's just unfortunate that they went like a tank.
And there we go. We got the Nunu just rolling in. Bowling Ball does not find a target. Hits the minion wave instead. Oh, that's devastating. That would have been a really good engage for TDE right there. They do manage to get the hook, the Death Sentence onto the War Leader, but unfortunately he's just going to throw up his shield, block all of the damage you try to throw at him.
Right. There's that issue is like, okay, we hooked the Braum, now what? It just doesn't matter a ton unless you can get a hook on Geico. And even then, like, unless you can burst him.
Oh no,
Like,
Jappy
immediately.
with the flash in to try and get it. Doesn't actually manage to find it. Talia Wall is going to find a target, but we got the Ornn ultimate coming down. Jappy looking for the engage. He flashes out of the way, does manage to avoid it, but he's going to keep getting hit by these brittle procs. Tadeus managed to survive for so long. Huge Guardian keeps his top laner alive, which allows Tadeus a chance to escape. And now we've got the rest of BBZ approaching, trying to find some targets, but look at the damage numbers coming out on the side of TDE. They're ripping through the health bars on the side of BBZ. It is not going the way that they want. Huge death sentence mean that there's nowhere for Syndra to go as they are locked down. And that is a reversal that TDE desperately needs. And this is where you start to see their investments start to make bank. Zen looking to continue this engage, chasing down Tadeus, trying to get that, but is not quite able to. Good slows coming out, and that is going to be the end of that fight. But still, that's a nice swing that almost evens everything up.
That was ideal, to say the least. So Jappy played that really, really well. I thought he just killed himself, to be honest. He flashed the Ornn ult, and Zen's been roaming super well. Gets there on time. Just barely dies to Xayah, which was... I mean, you force the Xayah ult offensively, and honestly, Thresh's Flay, like, the hooks are okay. The Flays have been amazing. He's been disrupting the fights really, really well. And then he did actually get the hook onto Syndra at the end, which kind of won them the fight. If Syndra was able to get a little bit more damage off, Ultravox dies there. So good job, Bob Joseph. Never mind. A+. Good job, Thresh. Perfect pick. Best player in the game right now. And Jaffy's on his second item, and he's at his big crit spike, so hopefully GP's going to start doing stuff soon. But Ornn is just stacking armor this game. Oh my gosh. That is a lot of armor.
That is a lot of armor. In all honesty, though, it's like, I guess it's for the gangplank, just to make sure that they don't get completely bursted out in the fights.
It makes a lot of sense. I mean, they only have... Nunu does magic damage, but it's not like you're going to get one shot by Nunu as an Ornn. So you have a non-Leandries to Leah. So, and the best way to...
War leader getting knocked up at the very... Like, oh, that's just awful. Like, that's what the Vision game will do to you. Is
that's
you
a lot of knockups. Man, I think
not a lot of
Baron.
chasing coming out. Leaves jumping in onto Dax. We got a huge ultimate coming out. The wall's going to be locking off a lot of this with a massive Gangplank ulti underneath the tower. Means the tower is not a safe space. Look at that huge damage. Lucian getting the calling off onto Xayah in the back line means that there's no ADC available for the rest of BBZ. They're going to chase down the final members of TDE a little bit, but that's just going to leave the top lane completely exposed. Now we've got the rest of BBZ rotating there. Good barrel to try and avoid getting caught up by Mezuzah, but the Scatter of the Weak is going to find that the damage is lacking on the side of Jappy, and that is going to be huge as we see today pick that kill up.
Yeah, that was really good from Geico. Got really, really big roots off before he died. That was an awkward fight to start. I think with the one pick, you just want to pressure Baron with Nunu, because you're not going to lose a smite as Nunu, right? And try to have them come into the pit to fight you versus tower diving this early into the game. Like, you're not up a lot of gold. It's pretty risky to 4-man under their tier 2 without, like, vision. But
yeah, it's a risky play for sure. It did kind of work out in their favor, I think. And while they didn't rotate to Baron to get that objective, they're trying to get over to this dragon. War leaders got their ult on cooldown. They tried to use it to get an engage here, but unfortunately didn't work out. So that's going to be a massive power differential once this fight starts.
Let's see. So...
Oh, another thing. The Scatter of the Weak looks massive now because of that Transcendence.
Okay.
So that's why it may look a little odd. Today is taking no damage as they're in this fight, but now it's slowly having the health bar whittled away. Like, you sit there long enough, eventually the tank will die.
Yeah, and this will be the first fight that Jaffy's actively coming to, so I'm interested to see how this goes. He's on his 3-item spike, so he should be doing some damage now. Obviously, eye-edge is when GP gets super scary. Looks like they're just going to give it. They got zoned off. They lost vision control. Really good play from TDE. I'm surprised that BBZ just gave the river, but Xayah doesn't have ult, so it makes sense.
Yeah,
And
not having those
just
ultis is really important. Now you got the chase onto Dax. The Nunu's basically able to go wherever they want, so that's kind of terrifying. That bowling ball just gets so fast.
It's frustrating. I always felt like they should have given him less of a turn radius than he has, because sometimes Nunu is...
what do you mean? Turning on a dime?
I think it should be more like... I think it should be not just like Sion, but a little bit more like Sion versus like Nunu drifting around the jungle like a 3D person. Like, look at
Do you not like to see the super speedy Nunu just kind of go... Brrr, brrr.
I really don't like seeing it, to be honest.
But he's the family champion. You've got little boy Nunu and Willem.
In real life, that that Willem thing would have eaten that child.
Ooh, death sentence onto Dax. This is kind of a cheeky play as they take out that ward.
Yeah.
That ward has been super important, in all honesty. It provides.
It's back.
It is, and it's a clutch ward placement because it allows for great vision of that crossroads, which is exactly where War Leader got caught out. And now we're gonna see this Baron startup, which is good. This is a good forced fight out of TDE. Like they're gonna have such a huge advantage if they force a 50-50.
They also caught Mezuzah on a back without TP. I don't know if they did that intentionally. I don't think they had vision of him, but this is pretty much just free Baron.
Yeah, there's not a lot they can do. They can't really get over the wall, and so blue team's just
at 2k HP. You just get it. You can't even go for the steal against Nunu.
Well, it's hard to go for the steal, but they also just didn't have a way to get in.
Yeah, I mean, even if they had a way to get in, like if you're 50-50ing it, Nunu can smite.
Oh no, Gecko caught on the wrong side of that wall, taking a tower shot for their trouble.
Let's see, are they going in? I think they're sending
they're going in. This is the big power play.
The orange
has been pressed on the side of TDE. BBZ is in trouble as we see so much coming out. But look at this. The damage numbers coming out. Geico was able to hit a massive root and just delete the Nunu. War Leader's got to be caught on the back foot, so they're going to have to run away. They're trying to get out of there, dodging the Talia warped rocks right there. Jaffe, though, just taking towers like a madman. That means the inhibitor is now exposed. He's got the Baron power push. Geico having to rush out of base early. They're going to chase this down. He's going to get jumped on. Jaffe just avoids the scattering of the weak. He's able to do so much damage to Mezuzah. There is no health bar.
There we go.
And that's all they need. Jaffe doing Jaffe things. He was taking it away last time, but this time he's giving it.
Yep, this is the Jaffe give it, Jaffe take it away. TDE has flipped on the Jaffe switch, giving him Gangplank. And I mean, it helps that the team's winning 4v5s now. It allows Jaffe just to do insane person stuff. Like, objectively, you should not Prowler's Claw into 3 people just to flash out. But you know what? Sometimes that works. And that worked out really well. They got it. 2 towers and 3 towers, 2 inhibs, and Baron.
No,
I mean, they're
honestly,
in the driver's seat.
That driver's seat. They've got the Disco Nunu. They've got the freaking Jaffe on lock. It's like, it's so gross. There's not a lot they can really do against him at this point. Like, you need to have Syndra see the Gangplank, be the Gangplank, blow up the Gangplank. Like, that is the only option during these team fights. If they allow Gangplank to do anything, then it's over.
Is also finished now. So today was actually even in CS for a very long time, but BBZ started asking, Orin, you gotta come team fight with us, bud. And Jaffe's like, I'm not gonna help you guys figure it out. And just AFK side lane for 28 minutes, and now he's up 60 CS.
It's
really
ridiculous.
Good. 4K gold, 60 CS lead. It definitely evens out the mid lane gold by a lot.
Oh, that was almost bad. And he doesn't even need to be at the team fights for him to be able to assist. He just drops the ultimate. It's like, oh, you guys are team fighting here. I'll just drop an ulti and keep, farming this way.
Now that he can kill like whoever shows up to try to contest him and also takes towers very fast, he can just permanently split. But I think he's gonna join the Galaxy. They're gonna try to get the most out of the remainder of their Baron, and just threaten the barrels. If he hits a barrel, he might just straight up delete Geico.
Yeah, Geico's gone, Mezuzah's gone, Dax will be gone. You got the wall right here, which means the tower is gone. So now the inhibitor's the only thing left. This is the only
does
objective.
have the hat.
It's not gonna matter. Like, if you get hooked like that, you're just deleted. I mean, it's instantaneous. Death mode is right here. We've got the final fight of the game. TDE is actually getting their butts beaten down. Right now, BBZ's like, nah, you took out our teammate, but we got the Xin Zhao on lock.
I'm surprised that, I didn't see what damaged Jaffe that fight. He was pretty low. Syndra, I was talking about the hat, I was excited, and then you just walk melee distance into Thresh. So,
did you say that the full health Gangplank was really low?
He was low. He's been eating oranges. He was at like 35%.
He's got his vitamin C.
Yeah, he's literally just gotten back to full health. He was pretty low for that fight. But I'm surprised that BBZ turned that around because one of their damage sources immediately died that fight.
It's all a matter of focus. You have everybody focusing on the Lucian and the Thresh during that. It means that they're deleted. Then they switch their focus to the Gangplank. So they were actually doing really good on target acquisition. It's just a matter of if they're able to keep it up.
They have Soul now too. Well, TDE has
TDE, yeah, trickle down
Nunu's going to be
economics.
sprinting. Nunu and
The return on
Talia are
investments for
fast.
TDE this game is definitely in their favor.
I would agree. You know, it seems like they're more aware of the plays that they're making and giving reasons to doing so. They've been hitting their skill shots. Jaffe is also just, I don't know, he's big. Ultravox looks really good on Lucian. I guess Lucian's going to be pick or ban this series. I'm surprised because not every team's been putting a ton of prio on him.
Speedy Nunu looking for that engage, just kind of drifting around the map, is going straight for that inhibitor.
Got the minion. All right, mission complete.
Got the minion, took the lantern out. All right, looks like they're forcing it again around this top side. You got all 5 members of TDE looking to push in on this inhibitor. You got the TP coming out from Syndra in order to come back quickly. Not sure if that was the best call, but they are going to be here. So now Mizuza's available. Not a lot of fun stuff going on.
I don't think much is going to happen without Baron. Both teams have... Oh,
well, it's going to happen if you see Ornn coming out. He's going to get the knock-up onto Lucian and the Thresh. He is going to get the secondary knock-up onto Thresh. But unfortunately, he's going to find himself getting knocked back by Talia. So now we got the huge knock-up coming out from Braum. Not going to matter. That health bar is just deleted as we see the huge amounts of damage this Gangplank is able to put out. There are no health bars on the side of BBZ. They are just gone. Mizuza cannot find their targets. They throw out the unleashed stuff, but they're just immediately shot. Point blank range. Geico gonna be in so much trouble. Manages to somehow pick off the Talia. Not sure what happened there. Jaffe looks in to take them out underneath that turret. The massive damage coming out from them.
That is the second GP pentakill for Jaffe this season. That is 2 pentakills on Gangplank this season for Jaffe.
Now okay, so I was initially questioning what Zen was doing right there. I realized now he was waiting to give the penta. So that's
I would have taken it. I would have taken it so fast. But
well,
yeah.
Either way.
That game turned around real quick.
That was like an immediate turnaround. That was Jaffe doing Jaffe things. Very well done by the side of Trickle Down Economics. They waited till they played the long con, won the late game, which is what they needed to do here. So that is going to be very, very good for them going into this game 4 as they are now on match point. BBZ has got to be feeling the pressure. They got to be sweating because it is going to be really scary going into this next set of games.
Yeah, I mean, I guess TDE should just draft early game and play for late. I guess. I don't know. That was really weird. They were down when they shouldn't have been down and they came back. Good job, guys.
Well, that's what happens when you let the Gangplank through. Because you notice the Gangplank wasn't banned out this time. It was picked up second tier. So we might be just seeing it yet again.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how they adjust the bans. This is kind of a banger series. Hoping for 5 games.
Hoping for 5. You gotta. I know staff doesn't want that, but at the same time, I'm kind of looking forward to it. Either way, I'm excited. Things have been kicking off really hardcore. Don't go away, folks. We got a banger game coming up next as we are potentially seeing Trickle Down Economics going into the semifinals. Are Blue Bayou Zoo gonna be able to stop them? You gotta stick around to find out.